Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Thursday, August 7th, 2025. Quite a day today. The sun today is at 15, moving to 16 degrees of grand and glorious fire sign Leo. Let's see, yes, a little bit of gold here to symbolize the sun-ruled sign of Leo. And the moon today is moving through the latter degrees of ultra serious, take care of business, and respect my authority while you're at it. Earth sign of Capricorn, so we're in a tie here to symbolize Capricorn. However, in the evening, the moon does move into the unconventional and often visionary air sign of Aquarius, so the tie is tie-dyed. Get it? In any case, while the moon is in Capricorn, and it is until the evening, the moon is basically void of course, which means that it's not a great day to initiate matters, even though the moon is still waxing. It's one of those days to follow through with what you're already doing. The moon does make a hard square, 90-degree angle to Chiron, called the wounded healer, 27 degrees at Capricorn to Chiron at 27 degrees at Aries, which means issues are going to come up during the daytime, hopefully to be resolved. 1:03 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is when that's exact. 4:03 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 9:03 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. But because Chiron isn't a major planet, it's not considered a planet when the moon is void of course. The moon finally does move into Aquarius at 6:18 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 9:18 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 2:18 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and that's when all the action begins. The moon makes a harmonious trine to Mars, a planet of energy but often conflict, which, as you recall, has just moved to 0 degrees of Libra. 7:35 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 10:35 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 3:35 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Wow, a nice burst of energy there. Then the moon at 1 degree of Aquarius makes a harmonious flowing trine to Uranus, which is Aquarius's ruling planet, at 1 degree of Gemini. This is a think out of the box and do something different kind of energy. So your evening is getting even more interesting as it goes on. 8:20 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 11:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 4:20 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Then the moon makes harmonious sextiles to both Saturn and Neptune, which are both sitting at 1 degree of Aries. Moon sextile Saturn, good for getting things done. 8:49 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 11:49 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 4:49 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Moon sextile Neptune. Both of these planets are retrograde. Moon sextile Neptune, nice and dreamy and good for watching a movie or just kind of escaping. Good for meditation. That's the healthiest thing. 9:43 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 12:43 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 5:43 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And then finally, late in the evening comes the moon's conjunction at 2 degrees of Aquarius to Pluto, the Lord of Power, and sometimes darkness as well, so it's an intense period late in the night. 10:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 1:26 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 6:26 a.m. tomorrow, Greenwich Mean Time. I'm not recommending staying out when the moon is conjoined to Pluto. In any case, it's a very interesting day, and the evening is when all the action is, so make of it what you will. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Now, if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can book it on my website, starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy this day, and especially the evening, no matter what.